Welcome to ClickMyProject. Our project title is Big Data, Big Knowledge, Big Data for Personalized Healthcare. Our modified abstract is it is important to provide efficient methods and the tool for big data analysis. The amount of data being digitalized, collected, and stored in the vast and the expanding rapidly. As a result, the science of data management and analysis is also advanced to enhancing and enabling the organization to convert these vast resources into the environment, informations, and the knowledge that helps them achieving their objectives. The computer scientists have invented the term big data to describing these involving technologies. In this project, the system proposing a big data analysis with the VBH technologies, that is to producing the robust and the efficient in medical solution. We proposing the in data flow diagram. First of all, we choosing the data set for our process. Here we choosing the VBH data set. The VBH data set containing the personal informations which containing the attributes or the measurement for the individual user. After that, we applying the pre-processing technique to removing the unwanted data from the dataset, and we uploaded this dataset into the databases, and we applying the data mining process, and then we applying the VBH technique to extract. Here we using the association rule to forming the rule formation and find outing the support and the confident value for the rules, and after that we filtering the high risk patients by analyzing the parameters of the each patient, and we finally filtering the what all the diseases are occurring for those patients, and we finally extracting those patient from the data set. After that, here we find out in the diabetes high risk patient, and after that we find out in cardio attack patient who are all having the high risk diabetes. Our project title is Big Data, Big Knowledge, Big Data for Personalized Healthcare. Let's we start our demo. Look that image and click the browse button to choosing the data set for our process. Here we choosing the diabetes set.txt file. Okay, these are all the information present in the data set, the username, and these are all the parameters the user having. Okay, then click the next button, and we applying the pre-processing techniques to remove the unwanted data and the irrelevant and missing data in the data set. Okay, and click the loading into database. Now insert those data into the database. Now the patient records are successfully inserted into the database. Click the show button. Now the data set information are stored in the database. Here we fetching those data and we displayed in the table. I'll click next. Then here we are going to choosing the symptoms.txt file. These are the association rules, the framing of the rules. Through this we filtering the high risk patients. Then click the rules button, and here we going to choosing any one symptoms, any two symptoms, and we find out in the support and the confidence value. This is a overall count 25, and the combination of these two symptoms is 1, and we finding the support and the confidence. Then click the rule. Here this is the overall original item set, totally 25, and the rule mining item set is 1. Click next button, and we going to calculating the relative patient coverage. Okay, we finding the mod union and the intersection value, and find out the RPC value. And here we calculating the patient who are all filtered by this category. Okay, after that we choosing the two symptoms with the false positive symptoms, the related symptoms also. How many of the rules are under this category? There are 2. Okay, after that we applying the bus attribute, bottom up summarization bus, and choosing any one attributes, and we find out the unique data of the particular attribute, and we setting the limit, and we find out in the bus records how many records are filtered out in bus process. Okay, and then click the high risk button and click the result. Then we're going to here we find out the high risk patient. Totally 57 patients are high risk patient. Okay. And the overall the status is the overall patient in the data set is 700 and our high risk patient is 57. So it is a dynamically changed. And after that we finding the high risk patient, we going to find out the cardiac diseases for this high risk patient. So clicking that cardiac patient, here these are the high risk patient. Totally here we having the 57 records. Then click next button. In that 57 record we have to split up the males and the females patients, because the cardiac measurements are differ for male and the female, so we split up those male and the females. Click the next button and we find out the less risk cardiac patients from the high risk patient. To the high risk patient we find it in the less risk of cardiac. Here the males are less comparing to the females, and click next. Here we going to find out the high risk cardiac in both male and the females. Here also the male is higher, male is lower than the females. Okay. Finally we generating the graph depending upon the value generated. Okay, this is a high risk patient 57 and the high risk cardiac patient is lower than the high risk patient. Okay, thank you.